Aliens believed humans were weak, fragile, easy to control. But they made one fatal mistake. They underestimated what happens when human DNA is pushed to its limits. The first ships arrived without warning. No explosions, no war cries, just silence. Gigantic metallic structures hovered above Earth's largest cities, blocking the sun itself. New York, Tokyo, Karachi, London. Humanity looked up, confused, afraid, but still hoping. Maybe they came in peace. That hope died in less than an hour. A single beam of light descended from the sky, striking the center of each city. Not destroying, not burning, but disabling. Power grids collapsed instantly. Communication networks died. Satellites erased. It was a surgical shutdown. And then they spoke. Not through speakers, not through screens, but directly into human minds. You are now under control. No negotiation, no warning, no mercy. Panic spread across the planet like wildfire. Governments attempted retaliation, missiles launched, fighter jets deployed, but none of it mattered. Every weapon stopped mid-air, frozen, as if time itself obeyed the invaders. Humanity was powerless, or at least that's what the aliens believed. Because far beneath the chaos, inside laboratories, hidden bunkers, and even within ordinary people, something was beginning to change. Something ancient, something buried deep within human DNA, and it had just been awakened. But what the aliens didn't realize was that humans don't just survive, they adapt. And adaptation was about to become their worst nightmare. The invasion didn't begin with war. It began with control. Humans were herded into silence. Cities became prisons. Skies remained blocked. No resistance, no hope. At least, that's what the aliens reported to their command. But they were wrong. Because the first change didn't happen in a soldier or a scientist. It happened in a child. A 7-year-old girl trapped beneath the ruins of a collapsed building. Her heartbeat slowed. Her breathing faded. Any human doctor would have called it the end. But something refused to let her die. Her cells began to react rapidly, violently. DNA strands unlocking, rewriting. Her wounds started healing faster than physics allowed. Bones reconnecting, skin restoring. And then her eyes opened, glowing, not with fear, but with something else, awareness. Miles above, inside an alien command vessel, alarms began to sound. Biological anomaly detected. They didn't understand it. How could they? They had studied human DNA for centuries, but only under controlled conditions. They had never seen what happens when humans are pushed to the edge of extinction. Back on Earth, the girl stood up, alone, surrounded by destruction, but no longer helpless. And she wasn't the only one. Across the planet, more signals began to appear, more anomalies, more awakenings. Humanity wasn't collapsing, it was evolving. This wasn't an accident, this was a reaction, and the aliens had just triggered it. At first, the aliens ignored the anomalies. They believed it was nothing more than biological instability, a side effect, a glitch. But glitches don't spread, and this one was spreading fast. Reports flooded in, humans surviving fatal injuries, humans breaking containment barriers, humans resisting neural control signals. This wasn't possible. They had engineered entire civilizations. They had conquered worlds far more advanced than Earth. And yet, this primitive species was changing beyond prediction. Back on Earth, a man stood in the center of a controlled zone. An alien drone descended, scanning him. Compliance required. The man didn't move, didn't kneel, didn't respond. Instead, he looked up and crushed the drone with his bare hands. The sound echoed across the empty streets. That was the moment the aliens felt something unfamiliar. Fear. For the first time, the invaders realized they weren't in control anymore. Human DNA wasn't just adapting, it was unlocking limiters. Strength, speed, awareness, everything enhanced. But there was a cost. Not everyone survived the transformation. Some burned out, others became something unstable. But those who adapted became unstoppable. And the aliens made a decision: exterminate the anomalies. That decision would start a war. They tried to erase the change. Instead, they accelerated it. The first organized resistance began quietly. No leaders, no governments, just humans finding each other. Connected not by orders, but by instinct. They attacked supply lines, disabled alien nodes, freed controlled zones. For the first time, aliens were losing ground. This was no longer survival. This was retaliation. Deep within alien archives, a hidden truth surfaced. Humans were never ordinary. Their DNA carried ancient modifications, not created by aliens, but something older, something unknown. And now, it was fully activating. They didn't create humans. They awakened something they can't control. The war reached its peak. Entire cities became battlegrounds. But now, humans weren't hiding. They were advancing. Every fallen human seemed to make the others stronger, as if the species itself was learning in real time. One by one, alien ships began to fall. Their technology no longer superior. Their control completely broken. For the first time in centuries, they faced defeat from humans. They came as rulers. Now they were running. Before leaving, the aliens sent one final message. You are not ready for what's coming. But humanity was no longer afraid, because now they understood themselves. They warned us, but they were too late. They thought humans were weak, fragile, easy to control. But they were wrong, because humans don't break. We adapt, we evolve. And when pushed to our limits, we become something else, something unstoppable, something they will never forget. Because now the universe knows humanity fights back.